if you just saw that. Oh my god, that's funny. Oops. My bad. Okay. Hopefully you guys catch this new live from the old one. Hi, Sakina. Hi, Lynn. Taylor. Okay, so now this live should have the new updated description. You guys are probably like, I have no idea what you're talking about. Like, what are you talking about in the last one? So, check it out. Check out the description. It's different this time. It has new updated packages for reading. So please check that out. It makes more sense now, I'm sure. I did not realize that the last live I was doing, I didn't even put that description down. I went back and it's just this whole thing. So just check it out this time because it has a lot of information there and it should make a lot more sense about what I was saying last time. That there's new options for readings now. So one of them is free. The other two are paid and they offer more for your reading, okay? So check those out. Check out the description, please, you guys. So you can understand kind of how this is going to work now. I'm going to try this out and let me know how you feel about it, okay? We'll see how this works tonight. Okay. Hi, Sun. Hi, Rupali. Okay, so it's up to you guys really if you get added. I don't really have like a list. Unless you want just a general reading, then, you know, I guess there could be a list of people for that. But because if you wanted, you know, a paid reading, then obviously you just go in the order of the donation that comes in. Like whenever it comes in, that's when you'll go, like right away. But if you do want a general reading, then I can make a list for those people because that will probably be more of those people. Lil Virgo. Okay. Okay, let's check that out. I don't think I've seen you before. Yes, I did. Okay. Do you have a specific question? Oh, I was talking to Lil Virgo. She just donated, so whenever you're ready to ask your question, Lil Virgo, I am ready to answer it for you. And I did get the donation, thank you. Let's see what's going on here for you. Hi, Ritu. Okay. What are Osmar's Cancer intentions, feelings towards me, Paola? Okay. Intentions and feelings of Osmar. What are this Cancer person's intentions with Lil Virgo. Whoever's here right now, can you please go ahead and like this video really quick for me? It really helps me out a lot. Excuse me. It really helps me out a lot, and it helps YouTube to kind of see that people are engaging with this video and that they like it. So please do that for me. Okay. What are this Cancer person's intentions with you, Paola? Nice. So they do want to, you know, come your way, actually, I would say. That's why this is here. They want to ask you out. And, okay, it could be a long-term relationship. It could be long-lasting. It has endurance. It has strength. You know, you guys can overcome obstacles. You guys can really, like, fight whatever's trying to, like, get in the way. Or, you know, you can push through and you can stay strong through, you know, adversity, I guess you could say. Just things getting in the way. There's a lot of passion in this situation. There's a lot of determination. So I feel like you guys are both very determined people, you know, in order to, like, get your goals reached or whatever, you know, this goal is. Maybe it's just the goal of having a relationship that lasts or is healthy, strong, whatever. I feel like this could be actually a long-term situation here. Balance. So it should be like an injustice, you know. This is the Libra card, but it also represents, you know, things being fair and things being balanced and things being equal and things being like how they're supposed to be, you know, like just so. And I think that means that you guys will try to work hard to actually be, you know, seeing each other as equals and trying to balance things out. Like one person does this and the other person takes care of that, you know, so it seems like a healthy bond. It seems like something that, you know, is ideal for people to have in a relationship, so that's good. Exactly, happily ever after. That's funny that that person came on right now because it's kind of like what I was trying to say in a way. You know, it kind of seems like that's what people want is fairness, equality, strength, you know, endurance, passion, you know, all of these things. 3 of Cups here could represent some kind of a celebration or a third party. There is a stuck feeling somebody's going to get here. What is this about? Let's see. So I would say his intentions are to be with you. And so, but this is just coming out, you know, here as well. So what is this 3 of Cups? I would say the 3 of Cups could have been a celebration, a get-together, a gathering of something that's like, you know, a good thing. But since we have the 8 of Swords afterwards, I would say it's not such a good thing. And it could be, you know, a third-party situation possibly. Maybe somebody feels stuck in the situation, or maybe somebody does have a celebration and then feels stuck after that. But let's see what this 8 of Swords is talking about. Either way, we need to know what this stuck feeling is about. It says you already know. Does that make sense to you? Because if it doesn't, we can look further. But it says you already know. That's what the High Priestess is here for, because she intuitively knows things without being told, like, directly. So I feel like whatever your intuition is telling you, listen to that, you know, because you probably are right. So if this is like gibberish to you, you're like, I have no idea what you're talking about, then when that comes up, just know that, you know, you're going to have some feelings and you're going to feel like maybe it's this, maybe I'm wrong though. You should go with your gut. But let's look a little bit more into this 3 of Cups here and this 8 of Swords. What's this 8 of Swords and 3 of Cups here together for? What is this representing here? Yeah, so it's like there's things about this that are unrealistic. There are things, you know, there's kind of like, oh, right, yeah, being a Virgo, I understand. Yeah. So, you know, there's things about this relationship that seem too good to be true, and those things probably are too good to be true. There's just ideas, and there's, like, lofty kind of, like, you know, ideas, but there's things that are just unrealistic. You know, some things are not unrealistic, and they're great things about this relationship, but I feel like more so it's an idea of what it could be or what it is, like the idea of what it represents, but it's not necessarily actually that. So you could have high hopes for the future with this situation, but just be sure to not deceive yourself. I mean, try to actually look at things for how they really are instead of how you want them to actually be. Like, are you listening to what this person's actually saying, or are you just hearing what you want to hear and, you know, enjoying it for the moment? Like, actually try to put yourself in a very realistic, like, try to be here and now when you can, as much as you can, you know, because I feel like at one point you're gonna maybe try to make this, you know, rose-colored glasses type thing, like you're seeing what you want to see and not what you don't want to see. Are you younger than this person, by the way? Just curious. That is a younger earth sign person that we have here with the Page of Pentacles. Closed off. Maybe you come off closed off. It says, okay, you're not wanting to be giving or taking any offers. What is this after this whole... What comes to a head here? How does this start to happen? Why does she pull back? I feel like you have your own back, like you have your own stability, and it's kind of like, he's younger than you for 1 year. Okay, that's important. So, okay, here, so we're not talking about you then, we're talking about, okay, so there's these ideas. Okay, so the reason that this is coming out is because there's going to be a point in time when you guys are trying to think about how to be stable and how to, like, create your foundation. Like, are we going to move in together, or are we going to, like, you know, like, build a foundation together kind of thing, like, in this relationship. Like, responsibilities are going to come, and they're going to be important. And I feel like one of you is able to take care of yourself on your own, but the other person is kind of closed off to this idea, and that's when you guys start to, like, kind of distance yourselves from each other, I guess you could say. You know, there's distance, and there's a lack of connection here because somebody is not wanting to give or take any offers. They're being kind of stubborn and petty. I feel like it's them, just because I feel like this represents you more as the person who can take care of themselves and is willing to offer that to other people, but to an extent. Like, you want them to also be able to, you know, pick up their own, like, to carry their own weight kind of thing, and I think they're kind of lazy, or they're kind of, like, not wanting to work as hard as you, even though they're determined to be with you. You kind of need somebody who's, like, going to work harder for themselves, because you don't want to be picking up all the slack, you know? So that could be where you guys start to see some distance between you. Overall, though, I still feel like you're able to kind of, like, take care of yourself. This stuck feeling here could be that you're feeling stuck here, like you love or really like the person, you don't want to break up with them, but it's like you feel like they're not really pulling their own weight, and you're kind of in a conflict with yourself, you know? Like, should I stay or should I go, because this person's kind of, like, not showing up the way I need them to for themselves. And you'll have opportunities to communicate this. So try to do that. Don't be passive aggressive, you know? Say how you feel. Let them know what kind of man you need. Okay, there's gonna be some arguments for sure. Some tension. They're not gonna like it too much, but I still feel like there's a good opportunity here for support. Like, you guys have this nurturing way about you, like, with each other, and so, you know, if you can push through all of this, like, tension and bullshit arguing, because the Five of Wands is not, like, about, oh, this is, like, serious, like, arguments. This is, like, petty bullshit. Like, it's, like, dumb. It's not even important, and it's just, like, ego stuff. So, I mean, really, if you guys can pull through that and kind of get to the other side and remember, like, this care that you have for each other, just don't keep each other waiting too long, or them you too long. Like, you know, it's time to actually be adults. It's time to actually, like, you know, show up for ourselves. And if this person can't do that, like, don't wait too long for them to do that, because I feel like eventually they will do that, but it might be a while until they do, and you might really kind of, like, not be attracted to them anymore by the time they do it, you know? Like, you're like, okay, you're just on that train, and I'm already, like, way past, and it's like, okay, I'm glad you're doing that for yourself, but I'm kind of just over it already, you know? Like, whenever I see the Seven of Pentacles, that guy who is waiting there next to his pentacles just looking at him, it's talking about, like, being patient and, you know, maybe waiting a long time, but I just feel like that card is always, like, telling me, like, tell the person not to wait very long, you know? Like, don't waste your time. I feel like waiting is, like, yeah, okay, you can do that, but, like, just don't do it for too long, because it's just, you know, it's, you don't need to do that. You don't need to wait for life to happen. Thanks. Yeah, that is kind of weird. Like, why would they do that? That's kind of like, are they trying to make you? That's like, see, it is. It's just, it's immature. It's. I mean, maybe it was a mistake, but really, I don't know. It's just kind of like who makes that mistake? Like, it's just like weird to me. It's just, I mean, shit, who knows? Maybe it was a mistake, but I just feel like that's kind of what I'm talking about. Like, this person's just not at your level yet, and it's like, you're gonna see it in more ways than just that. You know what I mean? Like, it's like very soon you're gonna understand, like, okay, they're not even trying to like be on my level. Like, they're just kind of like taking some time here to really grow up, and it's not really my style. Like, you might be able to do better than this, you know? Like, I hate to say that, but I mean, that's kind of what I'm getting out of it. And especially after you said that, it's like, yeah, maybe you're just better off to just, I mean, but if you want to wait, remember, you can wait around and see if they get there, but, you know, might be a long time that you're waiting there. So, but I do feel like their intentions with you are to, like, ask you out and be with you eventually, but, you know, it really is up to you if you want to accept that or do that or not. You know, because we do have free will. It doesn't mean just because they want it that it's going to happen. You can choose not to do that or to do that. But let's get a chakra wisdom for you. What is the message that she needs to hear? Expansion. Expansion. I love that. I love that word, expansion. Okay. It's a blue chakra for you, so let's see. Blue. Expansion. It says, your life is changing as you move away from the old way of relating to others. New people are entering your life. Relationships may no longer work. You need to reach out to those who are in the same vibrational frequency of personal upliftment. Call upon higher companions to advise you at this time. What was I just saying? People that are at your level is what it's talking about. People that are trying to improve their lives and to grow just as you are, like at the same level. You know what I mean? So, yeah, definitely take that advice. You need to reach out to those who are in the same vibrational frequency of personal upliftment. Okay? Don't waste any time, you know, with these people who aren't. You know, it's kind of just like you should be around people that you have something to learn from or vibe off of or grow with, you know, together with, possibly. But, you know, maybe they are not at a higher level than you. Maybe they're just at the same level as you, but it's still, at least you're growing together. It's not like you're, like, holding yourself back or, like, going backwards in your progress, you know? It's like, I'm just not trying to babysit anyone, you know what I mean? Call upon higher companions to advise you at this time. To advise you. So when you're looking for advice, or you're looking for, like, kind of guidance or something, that's when you look to people who are a bit, you know, at a higher level than you or have been through this before that you're going through, you know? So, yeah, don't go backwards. Go forwards only, you know? Keep looking for growth and expansion, right? I love that for you. It's exactly what we were just saying, so perfect. And thank you so much for the donation. I hope you resonated with that. Let me know how you feel about it, okay, Lil Virgo? Love the name. Okay. Are we wasting each other's time? Yeah, seriously. Do you have to ask? Like, I don't think he's gonna say yes, you know, of course he's gonna say, like, no. But you're kind of, like, already knowing that. You're funny. You're funny. Okay, so you guys, check out the description so you know how to get a reading, okay? And let me know which type of reading you would like. It's a little bit different than I usually do, so please check that out so that you can kind of, like, respond accordingly. Because I see you guys are asking about, like, how to, you know, can I be added or can I get a reading? And it's like, yes, of course, but, you know, there's different ways that I'm doing it now. So check that out. And then let me know, like, which type of reading you would like. And we'll get started, okay? Right on. I'm down. I'm down for that. Late to the fallout. Oh, right on. Good man. Hey! Yes. Okay. Can I get a general reading? Pallavi? Yeah. Okay. So let's see. What? Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. Okay, so let's see. What's going on for you? Ooh, okay, so communication of some sort is going to be available to you in some way. Like, you're going to be able to have that opportunity to speak your truth about something. You could be somewhat of a caregiver or supporter, or like emotional support to somebody, maybe at a distance a little bit, like maybe not like face to face, but still supportive to them, or maybe that's what you're kind of looking for right now. There could be a water sign person you're involved with, or who is close to you, around you, or you could be a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. And we also have Earth, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But this is more talking about, you know, this energy of this person is for, you know, it's kind of saying you have your shit together. You know, you have responsibilities and you're taking care of them. So I would say you're kind of like trying to balance out your emotional side with your side that is very practical and, you know, doing the right thing, like taking care of your priorities and everything, being responsible. So, but you may be looking for support too, emotionally, and maybe you feel like you're not getting that. Or maybe you're being that for someone else. Or maybe this is the thing that you're going to have to voice on, you know? Speak your truth on, is it, you know, because people don't know unless you kind of like say it. So I mean, I think that's important that you definitely do that if you don't feel like you have the support you need right now, or you feel like the people around you who are supportive just aren't really there enough, or aren't hearing you out, or, you know, however this is applying to you. This could be talking about somebody from the past, like you're thinking a lot about the past. There's a lot of memories coming through, a lot of nostalgia, a lot of you know, kind of missing something, like you feel like you're missing something maybe, or it's kind of like drifting into your now, and it's kind of like bringing you back there, and it's, you know, it could be good or bad, but I feel like maybe it's not the best feeling because it's not now, so you're kind of like allowing that to kind of bring you down, even though you're in mostly a good place, you know, as far as like your security and stability goes, but I think your emotional side is needing some attention for sure. You may need to go on a vacation, travel, get out of town, go and visit somebody possibly that lives somewhere else, you know, away from you. Or somebody could be coming in to visit you. But I think it's important for you to kind of get out of your own, you know, get out of the energy you've been in for a while and kind of like do something different and do something like go and, you know, visit someone or go on vacation. Just kind of like get away for a while. Because I feel like whatever support you're really looking for, it really isn't, you're not getting it in your immediate environment. So it may be time to kind of like get out of this environment for a second, just see something else and have a new energy, and maybe come back and miss it and actually appreciate it in a different way, you know? You're just not getting what you need right now in your environment. This is also talking about you waiting. I feel like you've been waiting a long time maybe for a vacation, or for, you know, you to get away and travel, to be able to do that. So it's like kind of like take the opportunity when it comes. Like, don't wait on that. Don't wait anymore anyway, because you've been waiting a long time. there is a possibility for this to come in soon. I feel like you're, this is a good energy. It's the star. It's Aquarius as well. Could be an Aquarius person in your life, but I feel like this is more saying, like, yes, like, this is a good thing for you. This is going to happen soon. Like, you can count on that to be positive for you. Kind of like have hope and have faith that this will happen. It's not like you're just screwed and you're alone and nothing's ever going to change, kind of thing. So if you're starting to feel like this is really getting to that point, then just know that it's not the case, and you definitely can do something about this, but it's kind of like you have to do something about this. It's not just going to change for you and become better, especially if, it's about your environment, and you have to leave your environment. Then you should definitely try to do that and try to have a different scenery at least, Visit an old friend. Maybe that's what the Six of Cups is talking about, an old, the memories you're having. Maybe you need to go back to your hometown or something, or a family member, or, just visit with people from your past, or whatever. It's, someone from the past, or past things that were comforting to you would be a good idea to go and, be around right now. Okay, so also, there's going to be a time when you're going to need to also be alone and isolate, not isolate like you're isolated and alone, like without, like you don't want that. I mean, like when you're choosing to be on your own so that you can process how you feel and things that you're going through, and like what that means for your life and what that means for, what you're going to do next. So, you could have been working very hard lately, and I think it's probably safe to say that you're pretty much avoiding emotions, and so that's why it's, more apparent to you now that it's needing some attention and that you need some support, because you don't really know how to process exactly. And it's important to get that support from other people, but it's, you can't just, you'll go crazy in your own mind if it's just you, but, I think it's also important to, like, not avoid that alone time, and to also, like, actually reach for it and find time for it. It's important for you to know how you feel and what you're going to do about that, so you kind of already understand where you're at with yourself, and no one has to tell you, because if you don't know, it's kind of dangerous, because other people can kind of take advantage of that if they really wanted to, certain people. And that's just one way that could go wrong, but, if you know how you feel and you know what you're, where you're at with yourself, then it's kind of easier to navigate life, I feel like. So that's kind of like what's needed right now, as well as support from others. But also don't neglect the alone time that you need to be taking with yourself. Like when you're alone, don't just be alone and, not thinking about how you feel. Like don't just be like keeping busy for no reason to avoid yourself, because that's, it's not really going to help your situation emotionally. I feel like you're very disappointed about something, like something just did not go the way you thought it would go, or things aren't going the way that you had hoped they would in a situation, or maybe many situations, maybe just your life in general. But it's cool because of the Five of Cups. It's kind of interesting that, you do, it's kind of, again, putting the power back in your hands. You can choose to take the rest of these two cups here, because he's laser focused on these three cups that are knocked down already, so he's kind of disappointed about that. But he's so focused on the negative that he doesn't even see these two cups right here that are still standing. And these two cups represent hope and new beginnings, a new, like, way of going about this, like there's another chance. You can take these two cups and, you can keep doing the same thing and get the same result and, be disappointed again. But you can also do something different. You can take these two cups here, you go over this bridge over here. Excuse me. My throat is like getting dry. You can take these two cups and go over this bridge here and find this castle and, find something new in the castle, something that you, like uncharted territory type thing, something you've never experienced before, or like a new way of looking at things, a new way of going about things, a new way of appreciating things, just a new way of life in general, like a different way that's more satisfying. Like you can keep doing the same thing that you've been doing, but you're just going to be where you're at, so it's time to do something different, time to go about life in a different way. And maybe that's just focusing on yourself more, maybe that's just actually listening to how you feel instead of just working and staying busy. It's important to have support, but it's also important to support yourself, because you are always going to have yourself. We need to be there for ourselves just as much as we need to be there for our friends, like we're our own friends. So it's important for you to keep up with yourself, be there for yourself as much as you are for your friends, and as much as you expect them to be there for you. Also be doing that for yourself, so that you're not like neglecting yourself, because that happens and people can do that, and it sucks, you know. You need to be your own best friend too. So try to be more involved with yourself. You know, it's not only a time of getting support from others, but it's also a time of supporting yourself and understanding yourself, you know, instead of avoiding. Okay. Hopefully that made sense for you. Let me know how you felt about it. Let's see. Who else here? Oh, well, you can lie to yourself, actually. And that's the thing, that's dangerous, you know. You can, though. You can definitely deceive yourself. Well, hopefully things aren't going to be stagnant much longer, okay? Try to do something different, remember. Try to, you know, do something that you haven't done. Try to get out of your environment, too. Like, the environment you're in, if it's just not working there, I mean, then it's just not working there. You need to, like, kind of have a different atmosphere. If you can even, like, change around the house. But, I mean, what I was seeing here was you kind of going somewhere. Like, traveling somewhere, possibly. Or someone traveling to you, possibly. Getting you in a different headspace, you know? Okay, That's right. Love yourself. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm gonna go back up to the top because I know there's a few people. Ritu. Okay, Ritu. We have Sakina. Hi, Pia. We have Sakina, Pinky, Flora, Priyanka, okay. So let's go with Ritu first. I'm gonna get a list going for the generals. Ritu, Pinky, Priyanka. Who else was there? Sakina, Flora. So we're going to get some general messages for you guys. I have 7 of you on this list right now, as of right now. So just know that if somebody donates, I'll probably be going back and forth, okay? Just to, so they can get a reading too when they donate. So let's start off though with Ritu. Just give me 1 second. Let me go get a different deck, okay? I'll be right back. Okay. Okay, so we're going to start with Ritu. Let's talk about generally what's going on here for Ritu, okay? Thank you. Thank you. Alright, so Ritu, what's going on for you generally? Could be an Aries person you're involved with. It could be a very happy situation, or you're trying to create like a happy situation with them. It could also mean that your responsibilities, like you have a lot of responsibilities, you're taking care of them, and that's going to lead to happiness. It's going to lead to everything you're pretty much wanting, regarding happiness and what that would mean for you to have. Like all the way around, things are looking good. If you're, holding your, if you're like coming through on your end of the deal, basically. So do that, and you should, see things looking better for you. Like, don't be slacking, don't be, making it somebody else's problem. Like, be responsible. There could be some tension here. What is this regarding? New beginnings. Somebody does not want you to reach out and expand, I guess you could say, and have new beginnings. like you're wanting something new and exciting. Maybe you see potential in a new situation. You want to go a different route, a different way than you've been going, and somebody's not too happy about that. Or there's more than one person who isn't too happy about that, actually. It seems like there's a lot of tension between people around you when you're wanting to have this, like, new beginning. Or maybe it's that the tension around you is causing you to want to break free of that and have, like, a new beginning and hold, like, new light. And so that could also be the case. Also, the Empress could represent pregnancy, so be careful with that. Could represent pregnancy, so... But it would be after tension with people. There's tension. And this is, again, after happiness. So I don't know if it's because people are jealous of you or people are, like, not liking how happy you are and they want to, like, cause problems for you. Because it kind of seems like, why would that happen all of a sudden, you know? Let's look into that, though, a little bit. So we can answer that question. So, again, could be an Aries person involved in your life, or it's talking about you are being responsible, and that's going to cause you, or that's going to lead you to happiness, that's going to lead you to, you know, things working in your favor and being, you know, ideal for you. And then there's some tension with other people, and it's petty arguments, mind you. It's not like really important serious shit. It's definitely petty, but that could cause you to kind of like want to do like something different or break free or have a new beginning. Or you know, you could be getting pregnant after this time when there's a lot of tension. So maybe it's random, or maybe it's, you know, it doesn't seem like it's a planned thing because of how much tension is around you at the time, if it is a pregnancy. So it kind of seems like you weren't expecting it, you know, because it's so much tension that it just kind of like happened, and then you realize, oh shit, you know, because there's so much other shit that you're focused on. Again, we have Aries in here, so could be an Aries person in your life, and if there's not now, there could be soon. Or Scorpio. But if it's an Aries, then it could also mean that it's ending, or there's going to be a drastic change that happens. We have one more card here. You could be juggling two people, since we're talking about juggling, but we could also be talking about like juggling priorities, right? So like one thing is just as important as the other. We're talking about pentacles here, so we're talking about like material items or things or ideas or, you know, things that are like you can see, touch, feel, see, taste, hear, you know, whatever, the senses. The senses, you know, material things that are like in real life, like this, you know, you can see this is here, this is now, this is like, it's real, you know, it's like material things. It's not really like people. So I mean, it might not be the people thing, unless you are seeing an Aries and a Scorpio. But you said, yep, Aries. I'm not juggling, he's Aries. You said. You're funny. Okay, so there could be a drastic change, and it could be because you guys have differing like things that you want, like values or responsibilities. I mean, like you may have to sacrifice something in order to get something else out of the situation. Like you have to give something up, possibly. And again, it's something that's kind of difficult. It's not like just, yeah, I can give that up, screw it, you know, I don't care, I don't need it anyway. No, it's like, it's kind of like, because one thing is just as important as the other, basically. So you're kind of like weighing your options here, and it could be kind of a difficult, you know, decision you have to come to. So let's see what else this is about. Both fighting nowadays about dumb stuff, right? About nothing serious, just kind of like dumb. I mean, not that it's dumb, but it's just like unnecessary arguments, you know? I see Aquarius here. Also, this represents hope. Have faith in your situation. It should turn out for the better. Again, I feel like it's kind of saying if you are focused on your priorities, like things that are like practical and things that are going to help you to be more stable, you know, you guys need to work on a shared project, and that could bring you guys together better than it is now. Like maybe you guys need to refocus your efforts, and instead of just being on each other, it can be on something that you guys are trying to build together, and that could help you. Okay, so what do we need to know about this relationship here? Other than that, you guys need to work on a shared project to not ruin this, not get on each other's nerves too much. Kind of like focus again, you know, refocus on something else. this is definitely what you need to know. He said, sometimes I feel like punching him. Somebody seems to be very petty in this situation. Like, not petty just for the sake of being petty, but because somebody seems resentful, or they're like the Five of Swords is a kind of like a bully type. Like a person who's kind of like picking on somebody who's not their own size. Like somebody, they don't care. They're just trying to win everything. Oh my god, so Aries, trying to win, me, I'm the best, whatever. Like, I'm not gonna like back down, you know, kind of like. And it's funny because Aries are the first of the whole zodiac, so they say that it's kind of like the baby of the zodiac, you know, the firstborn, right? It's kind of like childish in, you know, a big way. Of course, I'm generalizing, but that could be them that we're talking about. But you did say you want to punch them in the face, so it could be you who is this person, you know. But it's really not a good energy to be in, so try not to stay there very long. If you find yourself not able to kind of get out of that energy of wanting to punch the person, then I would say probably get out of that relationship, because it doesn't seem like it's making you happy. It seems like it's stressing you out more than anything, and maybe it's just not worth it. So, just a thought. There is the devil here, so it could be a toxic situation. And if you don't see anything changing, I would say definitely reconsider what you're putting your effort into, because it may not be the relationship for you. It kind of seems like it's taking a turn for the worse. It did say have hope, though, so I mean, if you guys are able to kind of work on something together, maybe that shared project could kind of bring you out of this, like, focus on each other that's just negative. It's like you're kind of, like, just criticizing the fuck out of each other and just nitpicking at things, and I think it's probably better if you guys focus your energy on something else and that you can do together, but something else other than just your relationship and what you're expecting from each other, okay? So, okay. Next, I have Pinkie Pie. Pinkie Pie. Pinkie Pie. Taurus person. There could be a marriage situation here. There could be a religious connotation that we're, you know, something about, you know, your spirituality, or your, maybe looking up to somebody. Maybe there's something that's expected of you in society, like people in your community. Like, it's not really like something you want to do. It's just something that's like very, like, it's just what you do, you know, for people around you. That's like what's expected. Could bring good luck, though. Could bring fortune to you. This would be like something that is kind of like over time, I feel like gradual. So this could be talking about, like, you have priorities you're taking care of. You're trying to, like, do the right thing. You're trying to, like, but it's starting from the bottom. You know, this could also be a message of, like, you're telling yourself you need to be more stable and you need to be more focused on these things. There could be a younger earth sign person as well, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. I feel like more though this isn't really talking about a person, and it's talking more about, like, like, what you're focused on. And I feel like you're focused on the right things right now. Like, but this is the beginning. This is only the beginning. So it's kind of like, you need to start, but you are starting, but it's like, this is the beginning. It's going to get better as you keep going, as you keep progressing, and, you know, the Wheel of Fortune's on your side, but this is only if you're putting in work, okay? So this is something that I feel like you're not really too into yourself, but it's expected of you, and so you feel good doing it, but it's like, it's not exactly, your cup of tea, but it is something that makes you feel like you're, accepted, you know? Like, you're kind of doing the right thing according to others, and so you're kind of good right now. What else does she need to know? It's closing you off, though. I feel like you're kind of, like, becoming bitter or resentful, or kind of, like, jaded towards people because of it. Like, it's not something that, really, it's not something that you really are liking. You really are kind of, like, against, you don't like how you have to, like, pretend or be something that you're not in order to be accepted. It's kind of making you feel like you don't really like people, I feel like. here, so that could kind of be the negative side of that, you know? You feel kind of like, yeah, I'm accepted, but it's kind of bullshit, you know? Fuck that, fuck this, you know? Which is, I get that, you know? And if that's how you feel, you might want to take a leap and do something different and not really care so much about what people think, you know? Because it's really just kind of bringing you down and closing you off to other people. Kind of making it so you don't really want to communicate with these people who are fake, in your opinion. Like, just not themselves, you know? Not living life the way they feel they want to. Like, not even able to do that. But it's because they can't, they're holding themselves back. It's self-imposed restriction. It's not like they can't, but it's like they don't think they can, so they're not. And so, to them, they can't. There could be something very passionate, like a new thing that you're gonna become, like, get into. Like a new activity, or maybe a person. Maybe somebody is offering you a connection. Yeah, definitely seems like a love situation because we have lovers. Gemini. Also, we have the Empress. So be careful with pregnancy again. A lot of you are getting this, and I think it's important to note. I'm just going to note it because that's what the Empress could mean. So there could be somebody trying to offer you a connection very soon. Could be a Gemini person here with the lovers. I definitely think it's a love situation or romantic or, you know, a lover of sorts. But, yeah, definitely be careful with a pregnancy possible. Here, it could be, you know, somebody completely new that you've never met. Like right now, you might not even know them. You might know them now. You might have just met them and this hasn't happened yet. But I don't feel like it's an ex. I don't feel like it's somebody you've known for a long time. I think it's somebody new. Because the Empress there's a lot of potential. There's a lot of, you know, there's a lot of hope here. There's a lot of, that you guys can both see that is possible here in the situation. So I think that's nice. Could be a fire sign person. Aries, Leo, or Sag. I would say keep your independence in this situation. This is a person, the Queen of Wands is a person who does not give a fuck. I mean, she's going to do what she's going to do regardless. So, I mean, don't let this person kind of like try to control you. I don't feel like that's the situation it's going to be. Either this is advice saying keep this attitude, or this is saying that this is how this person is, and they're very independent in their mindset and in their thought and action. So don't feel neglected if they don't include you or let you know what they're doing. That's just the way that they are. Very independent, and they don't feel the need to check in 5 seconds, you know, every 5 seconds. So just kind of let them do their thing. That's just the way that they are, and maybe that's best for this relationship to be this way, so that you guys have the freedom that you need to kind of explore your own lives without, you know, interfering with each other. And, you know, because what you were concerned with in the beginning here was, you know, being yourself and living life yourself that you wanted to, instead of like seeing like other people and you yourself having to, like, you know, only be accepted if you're doing what other people want. And so I feel like that's important here to note that this is what this relationship is based around, and that's probably why it's happening, because you see that this person's like you, they see you're like them, and so that's the click, that's the connection, you know. It's like, oh, you're different, you're not going to just do what everybody does, you know, you're kind of like outspoken, and I like that. So keep that. That should be good, and that should be helpful for this situation for you. Kind of get you out of where you're at while still being there. You know, there's somebody who's like you. So that's a good thing. I feel like that kind of lifts your spirits a little bit. We have, yeah, there's a lot of support coming from this person emotionally. It could be financially as well. It could just be like, you know, them offering you a hand. Maybe that's how you guys meet, is they offer you a hand and then you just get to talking. Could be a Sag person. Either way, I think it brings a lot of harmony to your life, and it brings a lot of like uplifting energy to your life that maybe you're lacking right now. So that's obviously a plus. I you know, things like this kind of freak me out because I feel like it's like too good to be true. It's kind of like exactly what you're needing right now. So just be careful with things like this, you know. Still be able to walk away if you see things that are red flags. If you see things that you don't like, don't just think that this person is, you know, don't just like write it off because the person's added so much happiness to your life that you feel you needed, you know. Like if they're showing signs that you're not about that kind of life, then do not allow it, you know. Just keep in mind that what I'm trying to say is you're kind of in a vulnerable situation right now because you're needing this kind of energy, and I feel like it just comes to you full force, and that could be deceptive in some way, but I mean, it might not be. It's just that you just need to keep your independence, and like, if this person's great, but if you don't like certain things about them, take note of that, and don't just like feel like you need to like accept things that you aren't about, you know, just because they're adding happiness to your life that you feel you need. Just, you know, food for thought. Okay, so I don't know where my pen is. Oh well. Oh my god, that's so annoying. Whatever. Okay, next is Priyanka. Okay, Priyanka, are you here still? Yes, okay. Priyanka, what do you need to know? What do you need to know, Priyanka? What do you need to know right now? Careful what you wish for, because you just might get it, okay? And you might not like everything that comes with it. And you should know kind of what I'm referring to here. There's something that you may be kind of greedy about right now, like you're just wanting what you want, and you're not really considering sharing or like anything else except for what you want, which, you know, is natural. I feel like sometimes people do that, but it's really not a good way to go, just because it could end up being something that you really don't want, if you know what I'm trying to say. Just be careful with your desires and with things that you're really wanting really bad, because, you know, it's just, you know, don't get greedy is kind of what it's warning here. You should know what I'm referring to here. You're kind of just wanting what you want in a certain situation, and it may be kind of like inconsiderate of others, or just not considering them at all, really, you know, so it won't work that way very long. Can't get everything you want. Could be something about the past that you're not letting go here. Not able to let go, or, you know. Or maybe you're spying on someone, or they're spying on you to get more information. Could be about love, yeah. So it's like you're very much still wanting this, whatever this is. Let's see what this is about. This is the mindset. Could be the mindset of the person. I feel like the person that you're with, they're very independent, so you're just feeling neglected, or you're feeling kind of like they're not interested, but maybe it's not the case. It's just that they aren't as involved as you are, and that's not because they can't, like, they don't like you. It's just because they just aren't as connected. Like, they're their own person. They're in their own life, and they just don't feel the need to be so, like, letting you know everything, you know? So you could just be tripping a bit. I mean, really. And this is how they're happiest. You know, they're happiest this way, so, like, you don't want to interfere with that and have them being someone that they're not. This is just the way that they are. I would say, like, stop tripping so much. This could be something that's happening too quickly, though. Like, slow it down a bit, like, take it back a couple notches, because, you know, it seems like somebody needs to take responsibility for something instead of blowing it over. Somebody needs to take responsibility for something, like, even if it's you, like, being insecure already and kind of pushing them away, or if it's them who is, you know, they're kind of, like, I don't know, flirting with other people and kind of being inconsiderate of you. Like, this is something you can't just, like, you can't just rush this, okay, is what I'm trying to say. because here we're seeing somebody else doing most of the work in the situation, and more so I feel like it's somebody who's doing most of the worrying, you know, and the other person's just not even as concerned as you at all. Like I feel like it's you who's tripping, like who's even in this situation more and putting more energy into it more than the other person, unnecessarily so. Like it's just not even necessary. You're exhausting yourself by doing this, and this other person is not even as much involved as you, you know. So slow it down, you know, if you can. And, you know, take responsibility for that. Like, okay, I'm rushing this, and I don't need to do that. They don't, you know, they don't owe me any kind of connection yet. I mean, we're just getting to know each other. So I need to take it down a notch. Because you're going to end up tiring yourself out and feeling like you're not being appreciated, or it's not being reciprocated. I feel like you guys click pretty well, but, you know, you just need to take it down a notch, I feel like, you know. When you guys are in sync, you're in sync, and things are good, and you see each other eye to eye pretty well. You have the same values, maybe, you know, likes, dislikes, and, you know, goals, possibly. You know, you guys see eye to eye pretty well, but it's like you need to take it down a notch a little bit, you know? And here, too, we have justice, so things should be fair pretty much between you. I think, you know, things are going to be the way they're supposed to be. The devil is here, too, so it's kind of like this is a situation that's kind of like, it may be a bit toxic for you because it's, you're so involved, you know. It could be your own toxicity that's, you know, the toxic thing here. It could be them, too. I feel like they may be triggering some of your insecurities. Maybe it has nothing to do with them or in you. Like, it has nothing to do with your relationship specifically. It's literally just solely based on your past and how they are. Like, the way that they are triggers your insecurities because, again, they're very independent and outspoken. They don't feel the need to explain themselves, and they don't feel the need to, like, check in and, you know, make you feel better or reassure you. They don't need that, so they feel like they don't need to do that, you know. And it's a lot different than what you're kind of needing in a relationship, I feel like. So it may just not be the relationship for you. I feel like it triggers a lot of your insecurities, and that's why the devil's there, because it is kind of toxic, but it's not necessarily because the person's toxic. It's kind of your own insecurities and your own past that's kind of makes this situation toxic for you specifically. This just might not be the person for you, you know, because they don't feel the need to, like, they don't feel like they should have to reassure you. So that could be, you know, that can cause you some trouble later on, you know. But there should be opportunities to communicate that to this person. Maybe they'll be understanding. I mean, who knows? Why is this coming out? Yeah, so they probably aren't going to be committed to this very long, or you're not going to be committed to it very long. I mean, whoever this is about, but somebody's not going to be committed to it for very long. But I feel like they're not just going to up and leave. I feel like they're going to communicate with you. Like, they won't just be a random thing where you're ghosted or something. Like, it seems like they'll be, like, kind of straight up with you, even if you don't want to hear it, or you hear it in a different way. Like, you know, you hear what you want to hear, and then one day feel like you just got left, but they've been telling you the whole time that they're really not about this, or they're not trying to really do this, you know, or something to that effect. So just pay attention to what they're saying, and pay attention to their actions, because they could be kind of saying this to you, and you're just not hearing it, you know. So pay attention to that, okay? Okay. And Sakina. Okay. So, Sakina. That's right. Sakina. Let's do Sakina. Okay. Welcome, Pinky, of course. Hi, Spiritually Beautiful. Okay, we're on Sakina, and then it's Flora, Manny, and JS for now, okay? You guys, if you're here and you haven't already, please go ahead and like this video. I'd really appreciate that. It helps me out so much for, YouTube to spread this to other people and show them that, people are engaging with this and they like it. So we're going to show other people this video. So thank you for doing that. Okay, Sakina. What does Sakina need to know, please? What does Sakina need to know, please? What does Sakina need to know? Okay, something's happening very quickly for you. I feel like some disappointment happened, like without really any warning, I guess you could say. And you're kind of being called to like do something about it. It's kind of up to you to do something about it. And I feel like the reason it's saying that is because maybe you're not seeing it as it's your, it's almost like Two of Swords energy. Like you don't see that it's you who needs to do something. You think that like what you do, either you think what you do has no say or has no contribution or has no, like will not affect anything and won't matter. Or you just don't feel the need to do anything about it. But really, you're hurting yourself by doing that because you need to be doing something. This is your life and you're the only one who can really do anything to change something you're not happy with. Like you can't change other people, but you can work together with other people to create a better situation. So maybe there's there's people who want to work together to create something more satisfying for everyone involved, or maybe you're just wanting more people involved so that you feel like it's like can get done better or like easier or like more efficiently, whatever it is. I think it would not be a bad idea to collaborate with other people and try to get this done right now so that you're not as disappointed or disappointed again. Okay, let's see. Could have to do with money, yeah. It could have to do with a project that you guys are working on together, maybe a job, maybe a something where you're traveling or moving, or I feel like somebody involved in it is moving, or somebody is being distant, or maybe you're like there's somebody involved in the situation that's going to be not involved in it anymore. They're moving away, and so maybe that's why you guys are having to like do something, like work something else out together. I think my friend was trying to come in right now, sorry. So, okay. You said, yeah, in the past there was disappointment. Okay, so let's see what else you need to know. What's happening in their love life, please? What can they look forward to in their love life? Oh, beautiful. I love it. That's what comes out when we're saying what can you look forward to in your love life. So obviously this is what's coming. Cool. That means there's a connection coming. Somebody who's going to ask you out, or somebody who's interested in you and may try to impress you, or, you know, get you on a date or something. Let's see. What is this person like? Give me their energy, please. Somebody who has their shit together. Okay, somebody you can create a lot of stability, a lot of security with, somebody you can really build with. And, you know, Ten of Pentacles is way better than Ten of Cups. I mean, it's like everything that you want, and the stability to match. You know, it's everything that you kind of want and need. It's things are going well. You know, things are going well with this person, and I feel like you can grow with them, and they can maybe help you to become more stable or more secure financially, or, you know, in many different ways. We keep getting this for people. I feel like this person is very outspoken. This is talking about them, and it's could be a fire sign person, which would be Aries, Leo, or Sag. They're very determined to do whatever the fuck they want. But I feel like with the Ten of Pentacles here, it's like they're not doing reckless things with that energy. It's like they're actually getting shit done with that energy. And but they're just very like independent. They don't need anything or anyone. They have their own back, and they can help you to do the same for yourself, I feel like. So that's what's cool about this. But you know, don't expect much like very emotional intimacy from them. I mean, not that they can't do that, it's just that they're hardworking and they're focused on what, you know, their like activities. So it's kind of just like there's not much emotion there. There's not much crying, there's not much like sitting down and talking about feelings. So that could be kind of an issue for some people, but you know, they're very determined to have fun and do what they're gonna do. Could be a Sagittarius person. Also, it could be a person that adds a lot of harmony and, you know, balance to your life and kind of uplifts you in a way that you kind of need, or that would be helpful to you. Ten of Pentacles is kind of like the first card we got for the person, so I feel like that overall just tells us the connection you have together is going to be something that's going to help you out a lot in life. Like, it's going to help you to kind of improve and progress, and to kind of like push yourself further than you had before, or were able to before. Maybe they're a lot older than you, or they're just older than you, or more experienced than you, or more you know, further than you in business, or in, you know, certain things in life that you just kind of need that guidance, or it's helpful to have that guidance. That you learn a lot from this person, I feel like. So it could be something long term. Right when I say that, love that Three of Swords, don't you? I'm sorry. Yeah, so let's see what this is about. What is this Three of Swords about? So there could be a pregnancy here as well, or it could be a new beginning. Interesting. Why would this be the Three of Swords here? Taking a twist. Taking a turn. I feel like the person gets closed off to you and it puts you at a standstill. Like, you don't really know what to do. Like, this is kind of like the ghosting energy I was talking about before. That sucks. That really does. Or maybe they just become closed off to you. Maybe you guys just are not very you guys get distant, and you guys get like I said before, the emotional intimacy is kind of a thing that's not there as much as some people would like. Maybe that's like eventually you guys just get closed off to each other, or just kind of get like stubbornly, you know, just like not trying to like do anything like that the other person wants to do, like for whatever reason. Let's see, I don't get why that happens all of a sudden, because it seems like, well, heartbreak happens. There could be a third party. We're talking about Three of Swords here. There could be a third person. That's possible. But then it looks like you guys start a new beginning. Maybe that's because somebody gets pregnant, or maybe that's just because you guys just want to start a new beginning. You guys decide, okay, we're not gonna, you know, let this get us down. We're gonna, like, whatever this is about, it's about heartbreak. It's about, like, you know, this hurts, it's painful. So it could have been a betrayal. It could have been just, you know, something that was sad in one of your guys' personal lives, and that affects the relationship overall. Either way, it closes you guys off to each other, and it gets you guys to be distant. So even though you're trying to start again and have a new beginning, a fresh start, it's still, you're not able to really ever have that fresh start. And so one person is kind of closing themselves off that puts a distance between you, and then the other person's kind of like, I don't really know what to do. So it puts you at this standstill where you're kind of waiting on the other person to make the next move because you're not really even sure what to do, because they're not really communicating with you, or giving you much, like, to work with. What's the advice for her regarding this situation, you know, when it comes to this point? What's any advice for her? Don't see things as you want to see them as they actually are. Yeah, so you're not going to do that. You're not going to do that, and it's going to cause a tower moment for you. This is going to be a life-changing thing, probably a karmic partner this would be, because it's going to teach you something, and it's going to change your life. You'll probably remember it for a long time, or forever, you know. It'll be something that is like that hallmark, one of the hallmarks in your life that you're like, yeah, that changed things for me. I learned a lot from that. So it's, you know, you're learning a lot from it. It's life lessons, but it's painful, you know, but it does teach you a lot, and it helps you to grow. Overall, that's what the tower is supposed to be doing. But there's going to be a certain point in time that you realize that the path you're on with this person in your life is just not going the way that, you know, it's not working for you. And so you're going to have to change a lot of things. And that's what the tower is. It's like, boom, everything at once has to change because nothing is working out for you. So you're going to feel it, and you're going to know when that is. When that happens, try to just go through it instead of trying to go over it or around it, because that doesn't, you know, you can't do that. I mean, unfortunately, you're going to have to go straight through this and face it head on. And so try to not resist any changes, like whatever tries to come into your life or leave your life, try to just not put your hand in it at all. Try to just allow it to kind of like happen, you know? Don't try to control things. It's going to be a lot harder if you do try to control things or resist changes. Don't do that. Try to just, you know, allow these things to just kind of take place, you know? And this is happening, I think the lesson you're going to learn basically overall, like mostly out of this, is that, you know, like, don't see things how you want to see them, because you're going to deceive yourself. Like, it's too good to be true, or things are not exactly what they seem always. You can't just, you know, like, it's a bit unrealistic, and so you have to start being more realistic, and you're going to see that, like, you know, how the ways that you kind of, like, deceived yourself, you know, because you wanted it to be something that was unrealistic, or just something that, you know, started to become less likely, but you just kept that idea in your head, you know. You saw it with rose-colored glasses. You know, you didn't see the bad, you saw the good, and that's it. You kept that mindset, when it was better to, you know, look at it in a more realistic way and see it for what it was, you know. I feel like this hasn't happened yet for you. I don't think this is about a past person. And if it is about a past person, and you're, like, saying basically that you've already had this tower moment and you're kind of already learning this lesson, I would say that you're still needing to learn the lesson. Like, it's not over yet. It's like, it's not just that simple. And you're probably better to not have any relationships for now until you're able to heal from this and learn the lesson fully. Because it's a big thing that's happening here, you know? So if it's happened already, I would say that you probably need some time to yourself, for sure. For now. But I feel like it's something that hasn't happened yet. Okay. We see here... Okay, Disha. Okay, Disha. Thank you, Disha. I did see that. Do you have a specific question you'd like to have answered? Of course, Sakina. Of course. Disha, do you have a specific question you'd like to ask? Because you don't. Okay. Got your question. I see it. Okay. It says, do you see any communication between me and my ex, Amy? Ame? Ame or Ayame? Let me know. Let me know if I'm pronouncing that correctly or not. Or any actions. No, I was never a mod for anyone. I haven't been a mod for anyone. Okay. I'm trying to understand your question. Do you see any communication between me and ex, Amy, or any actions is that toward me in upcoming time, or it's just completely over? Well, okay, well, let's see what this is about, okay? Okay, let's see. Disha, what do we need to know about Disha and her ex? What's the energy between them currently? Confusion. It's not really clear what the relationship is between you. I think that there's a lot of, like, mixed messages, or there's a lot of, like, just confusion. There's a lack of clarity. You don't really know where you stand with the person. You don't really know if they hate you, or if they're just, like, kind of, like, being a dick right now, or if they're just kind of, like, not talking to you. Like, you don't know if you did something wrong, or, like, if they just don't like you anymore. They're just over. They're not being very clear on how they're feeling, and they may be, like, going back and forth, so you're just not really sure what the fuck it is, or what to think of it. So, that makes sense. There's a lot of confusion. I would say that they were a very caring person at first, and so you would obviously have that image in your head. But, sneakiness, there's deception. Somebody was either stealing from you or doing something under your nose that you found out about later, and so that kind of, like, puts a damper on the whole King of Cups thing, supportive and, you know, very emotionally caring man, to somebody who's, like, not being caring toward me at all and kind of sneaking around, and so it's kind of, like, conflicting. I think you're a bit traumatized from the situation. To be quite honest, you're kind of hypervigilant and, like, looking at things, like, waiting for something bad to happen now, because it's like before you probably didn't really see that happening, and it did, so now you're kind of, like, ready for that to happen all the time, and it's kind of exhausting to be in that energy a lot, but that's what it is now, you know? You're hypervigilant. You're always seeing where something can go wrong, or you're always thinking of, like, the worst case scenario, probably because this person kind of, like, threw you off a little bit. You didn't expect that to happen. I would say it is about something from the past that you can't really let go of here. So what is the future between these two? Like, what is the connection in the future? Is there any kind of getting back together or closeness that we need to know about? Anything getting better here? What is the connection between them as we move towards the end of the year and the beginning of the next year? Stability, somebody's focused on their job and how to get their shit together. Okay. So I would say that there is a high priority for both of you to kind of be focused on, like, what makes you happy. And that could be with or without each other. But I feel like there's still the Ace of Cups here, so that kind of shows that there still is love and, you know, some kind of emotional support here. There's some kind of connection here that you guys are still on good terms-ish, you know? Even if you're not communicating, it's like you're not hateful towards each other. But there is somebody here who's kind of, like, not sure where they stand in a situation still. They don't know. I would say that this is probably you, and what I would say with that is, like, since you don't know what your contribution is or what it matters, like, you don't, like, you feel like in this situation, like, what you want doesn't really matter. It's not really about that. It's about, like, it's about, like, you know, you're kind of giving them the power, and I would say I would advise against that. You know, if you can, I think they'll respect it a lot more and see it as a lot more worth it to their time if you're kind of very sure of yourself and what you're doing with your time. Like, you're not just giving them the power, giving them the control over, like, hey, let's meet up tonight. Oh, I can't do it tonight. Sorry, last minute I had to do something else, so be ready tomorrow and you're just like, okay. No. Be like, well, actually tomorrow I'm busy, so we can do it Wednesday night or whatever, you know, but I can't tomorrow. You know, don't just let them tell you when and where and how, you know. Like, it's probably better for you to kind of, like, be more sure of yourself if you want this to go better. But either way, I mean, it might just not be the ideal situation anymore. Like, unless you can hold your ground and be, like, sure of yourself, this person just might not respect you in that way enough to, like, really be nice, like, you need, like, you know, they're just not the person they used to be towards you. Like, the relationship is just not the same anymore. But, I mean, if you can still be that person who's, like, sure of themselves, like, then maybe there's a chance. I mean, the Ace of Cups is still here, so I feel like you guys still, like, have a chance, or maybe there's potential in some area, but, I mean, I feel like since you're unsure of yourself, they're gonna be kind of, like, taking the lead on that, and it might not be ideal for you. Like, they're gonna kind of try to, like, tell you when and, you know, how, and it might be kind of uncomfortable or not exactly what you want. It can kind of feel controlling a bit, or, like, they're just, like, you know, the one in control, and that's not, it doesn't need to be that way. It needs to be, like, fair. But since you don't know where you stand in the situation, you might just let them take the lead, and that might be uncomfortable for you eventually. So try to just be more, like, sure of yourself and what you're wanting and what you expect out of a situation, so that they don't like, take full control and just kind of, like, treat you not as you deserve to be treated. There's gonna require a time for you to, like, sit back and, you know, really kind of be honest with yourself about this. I feel like, and it's kind of, like, important for you to do that as soon as possible, because you could be giving this person more power than, well, first of all, than they deserve, but second of all, than is comfortable for you. Because once you do that, it's kind of like you're comfortable there for some reason, and maybe you feel like that's the way to go, because then they'll kind of, like, give you another chance. But really, I feel like that's not the way to go, for them to give you another chance. I feel like it's more, it's better to go your own way, like, even if that's without them. And I know you don't want to do that, but that's kind of, like, the best way I can put it, is, like, don't just do what they want just because you want to be with them, you know? Like, do what's best for you, and stand on your own 2 feet and stand your ground, so that you're not going to be pushed around or used, you know? Okay, let's get a Chakra Wisdom. For Disha. You guys, if you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I'd love to have you guys on with us. We love new faces, so check it out. The subscribe button is in the description as well if you want to check that out, and it's also right here at the bottom of this video. So go ahead and click that if you are interested. Love to have you guys with us. We have a great supportive community here, so join us live every week. I go on a few times a week, so don't miss it, okay? Get your questions answered. If not tonight, the next time for sure. I'm always on. I try to be on as much as possible. I haven't been on lately, but I'm getting back into the hang of it, so in the swing of things. So I'd love to have new faces with us. The more the merrier. Okay. No, JS, you didn't miss yours. I'm just doing a donation reading. Okay. So Disha, what do we need to know for Disha? What's her message, please? Impasse. Yep. I could see that. See the full moon too? Well, actually, it's not full. Or is that trying to be full? No, I think that's like a waning or waxing. I think it's waning gibbous or crescent. I think it's waning gibbous. I'm not completely positive on that, but I don't think it's quite full yet. It's impasse though. And it's an orange chakra. Yep. Can you see that, or is it blurry? There you go. Orange chakra. Let's see. Says, what's done is done. This card can indicate the end of great emotional upset. The power to change direction for the better is supported in rest. Your angels appear to protect you in the long run. This is a detour, not a no. Be in the here and now. Things will change. Go where you are led, for now. Wow. Okay, so that's pretty straightforward from what you were asking. So it's saying, like, basically this is just a, just a detour. Doesn't mean that, this is not possible, but it's like you need to do something. Like, you need to go a different way for now and just allow these things to happen, End of great emotional upset. Oh my god, this is something I wanted to hear. Exactly. That's why I love this deck, Chakra Wisdom Oracle. That's why I love the Chakra Wisdom Oracle, because it always resonates with people. And I'm glad you feel that way, because, yeah, it's a beautiful deck here. Let's see what your question is that you can ask yourself. Maybe that'd be a little more helpful, too. Okay. How adaptable am I? What does this card reveal about my feelings and my reaction to delays, is your question for you to ask yourself. It says this is a reroute, not an ending. The path is blocked and you are at an impasse, but the goal is still there. Do not wait for your present situation to change. Stay focused and find another path. Okay. Here's your meditation here at the bottom, Disha. It says, visualize that which you wish to create. See yourself doing the very thing that you feel is currently blocked. Allow yourself to experience the joy this outcome will create for you. When you are ready, open your eyes and write down what you have visualized. Remember that there are many paths to your destination. Right on. Okay. And thank you so much for the donation, Disha. I hope that made sense for you. I hope you resonated with that. Let me know, okay? Let me know in the comments, anyone I've given a reading to so far, let me know in the comments how you felt about the reading, okay? I'd really like to hear it, and see what you have to say about it. Good or bad, I'd love to hear about it. Okay. So now we're on Flora. Then we're going to do Manny and JS after that, okay? Is Flora still around? Yeah, of course. Thank you so much for asking the question and for being here. Appreciate it. Is Flora still here? Okay, because if not, we're just going to move on to Manny. If Manny is still here, let me know. Flora or Manny, are you guys still around? Gotta be here for your reading, okay? So we'll wait a second for them to get here, okay? And if not, then we'll go to JS, okay? So Flora or Manny. Okay. Flora or Manny, Flora or Manny, are you guys here still? Let me know if you are here still, Flora or Manny. And if not, you getting skipped, okay? Sorry. There's other people waiting, so I'm not gonna, you gotta be here for the reading, okay? So keep that in mind, you guys. Don't be that person who misses their reading. Just trying to be fair, I mean, there are other people waiting, so I gotta kind of, move on to them because they're here still, so I want to let them know, like, you are appreciated and you will get your reading if you're here, you know. So, Flora, Manny. So JS, it looks like it is you who's up. So, yay. Got it. Shruti. Shruti, we want to know generally what's going on with them. Shruti. What is generally going on with Shruti, please? Ten of Cups. Okay, that's awesome to get, obviously. Very happy situation for you, or it's coming soon. Like, things should get better if things are bad right now. Things should get better. Six of Wands, so it looks like there's like a lot of recognition or support, or maybe you're getting the credit for something. You have a lot of people on your side about something. Like, things are generally good for you. Things are generally, you know, people are on your side, people see the good in you, people are supportive of you, cheering you on even. You have a lot of support around you, or you're supportive to someone else. This could also be a water sign person, which would be Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces here. So let's see what else. What is this? So generally things are pretty good for you. I mean, if not right now, then I would say like soon they will be. Things will be getting better. Temperance, again, Sag. So could be Sagittarius person, and this could also just be talking about basically there's a lot of happiness and there's a lot of harmony, there's a lot of peace, things are coming together, things are working out. Maybe, I feel like maybe this is after a time of things were like really not working out, and now they're really starting to kind of take a turn for the better for you in like so many different ways. And so this is really hard to see anything bad out of this. I mean, I just kind of think like, you know, where's the catch? Or it's like, maybe this is saying that this is something that is coming into your life like after a hard time. So that's cool. Forgive me, you guys, for not answering all your questions right away. I don't have my mod here tonight. I mean, I do have a couple mods here tonight, but I'm just not really looking at all the comments while I'm doing the readings, so just hang in there, okay? Three of Pentacles. Okay. collaborating with others. You're sharing your happiness with other people, working very well with other people, trying to build a foundation with other people. So it's important that you work together with other people. Like if you feel like right now you're not doing that and it's kind of been difficult for you to do that, then definitely look toward that more in the future, because that will be better for you in order to, you know, whatever you're trying to build together, whatever you're trying to like create or make more stable in your life, it's going to be helpful to have other people involved in it as well, and to be kind of like working together with them to create this. But the problem here could be that you're, you know, doing all the work yourself, and that's the thing that I'm talking about. It's like you got to work with other people and have them have responsibilities of their own, and you have responsibilities of your own, and you know, you guys work together, not just one person doing everything. You're gonna have to take some time to yourself too. This is also the Virgo card. There could be a Virgo involved in your life maybe, or you know, who's important in this, or maybe this is talking just about you, or if not a Virgo, then it's saying basically you're gonna have to take some time to yourself pretty soon to or maybe to create this situation, because you said I hope it's coming. So you said right now not kind of great. So yeah, maybe you need to do this in order to create this situation in your life. Maybe you need to kind of like have a sit down with yourself and self-reflect and realize like what things need to change. That's kind of what the Hermit's there for, is like you need to like have a talk with yourself and realize, what do I feel? What's not working for me? And how can I change that? Because this is your life and you're the only one who really can change anything that you don't like. So, you know, because we can't change other people. Sometimes people will change when we want them to, but you can't really just make that happen for sure yourself. So all you can really control is yourself. And that's what it's talking about, is basically you're probably going to need to have a sit down with yourself and, you know, try to figure out what these things are. And this could involve a heavy period of you trying to find yourself. Because here we have 8 cups, okay? He's got 8 cups filled to the brim here, but he's still looking off into the mountains, like basically saying you have what you want, or I'm sorry, you have what you need, maybe even a little bit of what you want too, but it's still just not cutting it for you, you know? It's just, it's not where it's at for you. You're missing something and you're trying to figure out what that is, and you could be looking outside of yourself to try and fill that void, but it's not working, is it? And it's not going to work. So you got to do this time to yourself to figure out, what is it that I'm chasing? Why am I not happy? What am I constantly looking for in others that I can provide to myself that I haven't tried out yet? That's what you need to realize. Okay, I feel like this isn't really talking about somebody offering you a connection. I feel like it's more like you connecting with yourself. It's a confusing time. It could be a Pisces person if it is a connection, but either way, I feel like it's a confusing time because you're not really sure who you are, so you're not really sure how to connect with yourself, and that's why the Hermit card's here. And that's interesting too, because the Hermit is Virgo, right? And Virgo is opposite of Pisces. So it's interesting that those two would come out, because this is you connecting with yourself and this is you not knowing who you are. And so it's kind of the opposite. So yeah, it's definitely required for you to really understand yourself and to know what to do and to feel more comfortable in, you know, your life and what you're doing. Like, to know that you're doing the right thing or you're on the right path is like, you have to know yourself first and what you need. And so don't avoid that. This is time for you to kind of like reach far deep into yourself and try to figure out, you know, what it is that's missing. Because right now you're kind of putting it in other people's hands by trying to have them please you or give you what you need, and it's not working. Hi, Samuel. When's your birthday? It's coming up soon, isn't it? Or has it already passed? Yeah, there could be a person coming into your life actually to offer you something. If it is, though, I feel like it's going to be a confusing thing, because it's something, you know, the moon is a lack of clarity, you know, 15th of August, right on. I'll remember that. So it's a lack of clarity, and I feel like maybe that's because you don't know who you are, you don't know where you stand with yourself, so it's kind of hard to connect with another person. You're kind of giving them a lot of power because you're just kind of following what they do, because you're not sure of yourself enough to really have like a stance, you know? Yeah, my birthday is August 28th, so pretty close to each other. this is going to be headed towards something. Why do I feel like it's a life lesson? Oh. I feel like, okay, wait, hang on. This is going to be a challenge for you because it's kind of like asking you to be more assertive and more sure of yourself, and to be outspoken, and to be like, this is who I am and I don't give a you know, like, not necessarily that, but just like, I don't need the reassurance. I don't need people to like me. I need me to like me. So it's basically like you pushing yourself to this point where you are comfortable enough to, like, cause a rift if it causes a rift. But I think you'll see that it doesn't cause a rift, because that's just you thinking that you're a burden, or that you are imposing on people, but you're really not, you know. And I feel like you can only really know that once you actually try and you see that it's not. You know, you gotta be more comfortable with yourself and okay with yourself. At the end of the day, do the thing that is not gonna make you hate yourself next week for having done that. You know, don't just go with it if you don't want to, you know. You're gonna love yourself a lot more later because you didn't just go with what everyone else wanted. I think it's probably best to not get involved in any love situations right now, because it seems like you're kind of just confused about a lot of things, and that's okay, you know, no hate, it's just, and no judgment, it's just probably best for you to not add another person to the mix right now, you know, because they could really try to, like, kind of take control, and it may not be favorable to you, or it may not be something that's in your best interest, and you wouldn't even know because you're just giving them the, you know, control. I think it's better to be focused on your stability overall, and your finances, and your security in life. Many different things that could be talking about too. Pentacles are security and stability, and so for everybody it's different what that means. You know what I mean? So it could be money, it could be a home, it could be a car, it could be a job. You know, it could be anything that makes you feel more secure. That's what you need to be focused on here, okay? And I think that you'll have many opportunities to do that. You'll have many opportunities to focus on, you know, how to, like, improve your stability and security in your life. It'll feel a lot better doing that, you know. It'll feel a lot, well, obviously more secure. So that's something that you need to be focused on more than emotional and romantic connections, is the connection you have with your, you know, being able to take care of yourself and feel secure and safe in your own, within yourself. Also, Ace of Swords here. We got a lot of aces for your reading. That's good. That means you're going to have a lot of opportunity. Another opportunity that this is representing is basically taking the sword in your life, taking authority over your life, over yourself, over your situation, and making shit happen for yourself. So it's a time of a lot of opportunity for you, if you're willing to take that, you know, because we have free will. I mean, like all opportunities, we can miss them. We can miss opportunities. So make sure that you're like noticing where these things can be taken advantage of, you know, like in a good way, not like using them for your benefit in like in a negative way. I mean in a good way. Like, notice where you can make shit happen for yourself and go for it all the way. You will not regret that. Try not to give other people the power, you know, because it's just not a good time for you to really be like a follower. It's time for you to kind of like figure out where you fit into your own world and make shit happen for yourself. It's going to help you a lot later too, to be able to know like which way to go and how to, you know, redirect yourself, what to focus on, and how to, you know, find success, or how to create success for yourself. So, okay, JS. Okay, let's go with Joan of Arc. Did you want a general reading? Is that what you're saying? Right on. Good. Good. I'm glad, JS. I'm glad. Joan, if you wanted to ask a specific question, please look in the description. I have a new way I'm doing things, so I'm not really, like, if you wanted a general, I can go ahead and do that for you. But you will have to donate if you wanted a specific question, okay? But did you want a general? I can go ahead and take care of that for you if you'd like. Let me know. And I think that's going to be the last one I go with tonight. So, yeah. Thank you, though, everybody that has come. You would like a general? Okay. So, okay, let's do that. Okay, let's see what's generally going on for Joan of Arc. Please go ahead and like this video, you guys. Hi, Kalpana. I'm going to be going live tomorrow night again, Kalpana, so please be here, and I will get your general for you, okay? Okay. Thanks for coming. Can you guys like this video, please, if you haven't already, and subscribe if you're not subscribed yet, so you don't miss the live tomorrow night. You can see exactly when I go live. You don't miss it. You can ask your question then if you didn't get it answered tonight, okay? And thanks for being here, you guys. Okay. Joan of Arc. Awesome. A lot of people are getting 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups. You're getting the 10 of Pentacles, which means there's overall going to be a lot of success for you in a situation. Could be a situation that's kind of tempting or toxic or negative in some way. There's something about it that is not really best for you. And it could be talking about a love situation, or it could be talking about that there's a good and a bad side to this situation. Like, it could be that you're working very hard and you're finding a lot of success, but you're neglecting your personal relationships and stuff. You know, that's the good and the bad. You know, it's like you're overdoing you're a workaholic, maybe, you know, just for one example of how it could be good and bad. It's like you're finding success, but it's like but no, it wouldn't really. Well, it is taking a damper on something, I would say, because the Devil's here. Even though you have the 10 of Pentacles, yeah, you're finding success in a huge way, but you're also, it's a negative thing for you as well, and maybe you're overdoing it a bit. Maybe it in itself, the success, is kind of like an addiction, and that's where it's negative, because you can't always have as much success as you'd like to have to keep that feeling, to keep that high going, you know? So it can kind of become destructive after a while. You have the King of Cups. See, emotions. Emotional support is going to be important for you. You're going to need to keep, you're going to need to nurture your emotional side here, because I feel like you're kind of not doing that, and you're kind of, you know, trying to find success in maybe the business world or whatever, you know, it's talking about, but it's not really about emotions, and you're kind of neglecting that side of yourself, and so it's going to come out in different ways, but it's negative, you know, overall, to be neglecting your emotions for too long. But we do have the 10 of Cups, so I feel like maybe because of this now, you're able to kind of like kick yourself back into gear and be able to find that happiness, or, you know, not neglect your emotions, because the 10 of Cups is showing here that, you know, you are emotionally stable and sound, and that you do have good things coming to you, and you are emotionally happy, so that's good. Maybe you do something about this before it's too late, you know? 10 of Cups and 10 of Pentacles. That's a really amazing, you know, set of cards there. That's really great. That's like, you're going to be doing fine. You're going to be doing well. Just stay focused. Try to keep that balance, you know? Yeah, because you are working very hard. I feel like you've been working very, very hard to build something, a foundation. Save up your money if you haven't been doing that. It's okay to, like, buy for your office or your business, but, like, save up mostly, because try to work with the things that you have around the office. You know, try to work with what you have instead of buying more stuff. Right now it's going to be important for you to, like, kind of rein that in and hang on to money more than spend it. Yeah, and here we have the Justice card, because it's saying you need to find a balance. You need to strike a balance between these, you know, two sides of yourself, your life, you know, the success, the material, the stability, and the emotional stability, too. It's just as important. So it looks like you're going to be able to do that no problem, though, really. What else do we need to know here for her? Taking a leap of faith, doing something risky or fun, not really worrying. And I feel like also, like, weighing your options on something. You can, okay, this is a really great reading, because what it's saying basically is that you can manifest whatever the fuck you want, really. I mean, you have enough tools to really get it done. You don't need anything else to get it done. It's not like you need more, you know, school, more education, or more, like, you know, money, or more stuff, or more supplies, or more equipment. You really can do with what you have right now. So that's really cool, because it shows that you have a lot of potential. So whatever you're wanting, just go for it, you know? I feel like you can really achieve a lot right now if you haven't already. Like, you're going to be achieving a lot, and also, you can achieve even more. This is a good time for you, a very good time. It might be fast-paced, but it's going to be exciting. It could take you a little bit out of your element and out of your comfort zone, but in a good way. I'm excited for you. This is really cool. You're going to be doing a lot with your life right now. Aw, thanks so much. That's sweet of you to say. I'm glad you feel that way. That's all I'm here to do, you know? Help you to see your potential, and your, you know, that you are capable of creating a good life for yourself. A lot of people don't know that, so just kind of put that idea back in your mind, you know? And this looks like a great reading for you, I can't lie. I mean, wow. Got a lot coming. But again, you know, you got a lot coming if you're willing to put in the work, right? You know, you can't just, it won't just fall into your lap. You know, this is going to take work on your part, but I feel like you're kind of already, like, paving that way for yourself. Like, you've been working really hard already. So it's like it's going to pay off, and it's going to get even better. Like, you can really achieve more, you know? Don't stop. Don't stop. Just keep going. But make sure you also nurture that emotional side too. You know, find that balance. That's going to be important here. It's going to be important. Like, it's not just one or the other that's important. You know, I mean, we did get the Ten of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups, so I feel like you'll be able to do that. But, like, I'm just saying it will need to happen. Like, it's not just, like, going to be great if you're focused on one thing more than the other. Like, make sure you're nurturing both sides. And nurturing your relationships. And the people in your life, you know, and your job and your work and your, you know, your, like, whatever's keeping you stable, and whatever's, you know, helping you keep food on the table, and all of that. Okay. Alright, well, thank you guys for coming tonight. Please go ahead and like this video. I'd really appreciate that. And I'm so glad that I got to read for you guys tonight. I haven't been on in a while, so I'm glad that we got to do this. I'm going to be going on tomorrow night, so if I did not answer your question tonight, please come on tomorrow night and catch us again live, okay? And subscribe if you haven't already. I'd love to have some new faces around here, and I'd love to see some returning faces tomorrow. So please be there. I will see you guys tomorrow night, okay? Bye. Thank you so much, and everyone who donated, thank you so much, and everyone who didn't, thank you so much for being here, and everyone who didn't get a question answered, thank you for just participating and being part of the live. Alright, see you next time, tomorrow.